So hello everyone, welcome back to the Adarsh. I am Adarsh, and in this video we will see the fundamental concept of data type. We'll see what is macro and its uses. We will talk about global variable and its advantages, disadvantages. We will see how we'll take input and output in C++, and we will also see header file, and we'll try to understand it in a simple words. So let's start with data type. What are data types? Data type define types of data that a variable can hold. They help the compiler to understand how to interpret and manipulate the data stored in a variable. For now, you don't have an idea about the variable. We will cover it in our next video, but for now you can just imagine it as a container or a box where we store the data, or where we store the values. I hope this will clear you. That is about the data types. Now let's see the some most frequent uses data types, like some basic data type, that is int, float, double, char, bool. Int is basically integer. The size of integer is 4 byte, whereas the size of float is 4 byte, and size of double is 8 byte, size of char is 1 byte, and size of bool is also 1 byte. And this is the range of the integer, which is from -2 1 4 7 4 8 3 6 4 8 2, and this is, you not need to cramp it, just go through it, so for a rough idea, not need to cramp it. And there is one more thing, some other data type also, but don't confuse it with a sort int, which is whose size is of 2 byte, and whose range is from -32,766 68 to 32,767. So this is what data type. And in addition to basic data types, C++ allow you to define custom data types using structure and classes, which is a powerful feature for organizing and representing complex data. And I know you don't have an idea about structures and classes, that we will also cover in our next videos, but for now you can take it as a reference and try to understand it. So this is, and yes, in the bool the range is false and true and false, because it gives only either true or either false value, and its size in byte is 1. Now let's come to the next topic. And one more thing here, there is one more term, that is long int. So the difference between the long and int is that in their width, which is where int is of 32-bit and long is of 64-bit. That is the difference that we will also see in our lab also, but for now you can take it note as. Now macro. Next is macro. So first of all, let's see what is macro. A piece of code in a program that is replaced by a value of macro. You can note it down in I'm repeating it. A piece of code in a program that is replaced by a value of macro. We not need to allocate memory for this. One more thing, value of macro cannot be modified in the program, and its advantage is that no extra memory uses. We not need to allocate extra memories for macro. And these are some most common macro constants, which is char min, char max, int min. So let's start with one by one. Char min, the minimum value for an object of type char, and char max, maximum value for an object of type char. Now next is int min. Int min, the minimum value for an object of type int, means the value which is of int type, and their minimum value that will be represented by int min. Int max, maximum value for an object of type int. Now next is long min, that is the minimum value for an object of type long int. and then long max, that is maximum value for an object of type long int, and similarly for min long max, and that is for minimum, and so on. The difference between the int and long int is only in the width, that int is of 32-bit and long is of 64-bit. That's it. Now let's come to the next topic, which is global variable. Let's see what is it. It usually declare outside of all functions and blocks at the top of the program. They can be accessed from any portion of the program. You can just understood it, I'm telling you, and you can imagine, and I will show you in our code also, whereas local variable is accessible inside a block only. Local variable is accessible inside a block only. We will discuss about it in a deeper way in a next video, but these are the starting videos, so you can just take a rough idea about the local variable and global variable for now. So local variable accessible inside a block only, but global variable has a global scope. That's why it is accessible from all the functions and all. A good programmer not using global variable, because it is a bad practice. Anyone can change it. Suppose we change the value of global variable in function x, then it will also change the function y. Suppose we have a two function x and function y, suppose and we made change in function x, then it will automatically change in function y also, because of global value. So that's why a good programmer try not to use global variables. Whenever there is a need of variable sharing, we use reference variable. And this is again a big topic, reference variable, that we'll see. If still you have a doubt in global variable and variable, then don't worry, I'll be explaining global variable again in the next video, where we'll discuss about variable in details, and also talk about local variable, global variable, and its differences. So don't worry about it. If you not understood completely, don't worry, it's okay. This is just for an idea about the global variable. Now next move to the next topic, that is input, output, and header file. So basically let's start with header file. These are some most common used file, which is header file, which is iostream, fstream, bits slash stdc plus plus. So iostream, it stands for standard input output stream. It stands for standard input output stream. I'm focusing on this line. It stands for standard input output stream. This header file contains definition of object like cin, cout. So most of the time we are going to use this iostream, this header file most of the time. And here cin and cout. Cin we use for taking the value from the user, taking the inputs from the user, can say, and we use cout for printing outputs or giving the result to the user. The next is fstream. The header file mainly describe the file stream. This file is used to handle the data. This file is used to handle the data being read from a file as an input, being read. We are reading here, read from a file as an input, or data being written into the file as an output. For that purpose we use fstream header file. Now the next is bits slash stdc plus plus. This header file include every standard library. Again, this header file is also going to be used most of the time. You can use, especially when you are coding on a lead code or HackerRank there, then you will see that these header file will be used there. So this header file includes every standard library in programming context. Using this file is good idea when you want to reduce time, then definitely go with this. It has all the inbuilt function, and you can you not need to write all the functions from scratch. Some inbuilt functions are there in this library. Let's dive into the practical demonstration. We'll see the size of various data type and understand how it works. Let's go to the VS Code, and in this video I'm going to start with this file. Okay, let's create another file. Just start with I'm deleting this, and I'm creating another, which is lecture 2.cpp. Okay, now here I'm going to see the practical demonstration. Let's write the code. This is the header file, iostream, and then we are going to use this using